trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, bad boy, we ain't going all the way.
I'm colorblind.
For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste.
Whenever you guys are ready, we'll start.
Clap it away.
We are on Kickboxer, we are on Life Guru, we are on something.
Our parents aren't rich. We had student loans. We work 9 to 5, and we look forward to the weekends.
So if that sounds someone like you know, welcome to the Noob Podcast.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Welcome back, everybody. We are on roll here. Second podcast
In a week.
in a week.
Yeah.
And we haven't done in like
Few
months.
months.
And a half, yeah.
probably, yeah. But we have a new guest here. Very common thing to say is none of us know her at personal level.
Yeah.
We had, her name is Priya, right?
Yep.
We had her husband came to one of our podcasts, and that one was a hit for
Yeah.
sure.
Yep.
So we are expecting similar results, guys.
It's gotta be hit because he brought us tea.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
She brought us.
Oh, she brought us
It,
wine.
it seems like we need to keep on inviting them. So we get tea or wines or...
yeah.
She just said when she comes next time, she's going to get a cheese.
Okay,
So-
there you go. Perfect.
Yeah, we'll
the
do the
whole
full
board.
setup.
The whole board.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well,
There you
welcome to podcast. Thanks for your time. And I don't know if it sounds like an interview, but we really don't know anything about you. So tell us about yourself.
Oh, no, yeah. So, well, one thing we do know is because Arpit goes to her
Yep.
dentistry, that you are a dentist and you have your own practice,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
I did not know that. I will move there.
If
I
you
go to
insurance.
Utah.
Yeah. So that's one thing we do know about you. Was that so? I guess one question that been preparing was that something you had envisioned from the beginning, that you wanted to be a dentist and have your own practice?
I would say no, not. I guess it started in high school. So I wanted to become a nursing assistant just to be exposed to the medical field, and I really like surgery. You know, it was great. I love blood.
Right.
Oh,
I liked seeing it. I was like, oh, this is so cool.
Yeah.
So, you know, I would do rounds in the hospital, watch different surgeries, and I loved it.
Yeah.
So, but then I worked in a nursing home, and there were all these residents there that no one took care of their teeth.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I used to go around and like brush their teeth and, you know, take care of their dental care because no one really cared about them. So I started doing that, and then I was like, okay, let me look into dentistry. So then I started shadowing dentists,
Mhm.
and I thought, wow, this is actually a pretty cool field.
Yeah.
You know, it's artistic. You get to use your hands. You see a little bit of blood.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
The
but
blood's still there.
yeah, it's not as crazy. So I thought, okay, this seems kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
So I really like that. I feel like my family's really artistic.
Mhm.
So going into a field like dentistry just seemed really cool, and I feel
Yeah.
like I could do really good with it. So
Mhm.
then I started shadowing dentists, and then it just kind of
Grew from there.
it grew from
Yeah.
there. So and then buying a practice, it just came with time.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
All right.
That's awesome.
So
Something you said, like, I always wondered. So the dentist I go right now, like, it says whatever and then dental art. Like, I never associate, like, you said it a few times, it's an art. I never thought of it like that. And every time I look at my practice, I was like, why does it have,
Yeah.
why do they have an art at the end?
mhm.
But
Yeah, but why is that?
Yeah.
Why is it considered an art? Because like you would think it's a medical field and
yeah.
I mean, of course, like definitely medical because you're treating people, you're improving dental care, but we build teeth as well. You know, so it's very artistic. So some people come in with teeth that are completely broken down, and you need to rebuild it. So you need that art. You know?
almost like a sculpture-ish. type
Exactly,
thing.
yeah, and
Gotcha,
you're
gotcha.
using your hands the whole
Mhm.
time, so it really is an art.
Right,
so,
right.
Yeah.
That
That's
makes
a
sense.
lovely story. People like how she explained how she got into it. Like there was a story. That's crazy.
How did
to
you
me.
get into IT?
I was just like, what can I do that's easy and quick?
What does my cousin know that you could do my homework?
Like that's it. That's my point. Like it's crazy how she saw the passion
Yeah,
back
yeah,
in
yeah.
high school or
Right.
whatever, And on the art part, we have a friend right now looking for a dentist who really needed teeth. I'll pass your
Yeah.
number in case he doesn't.
Oh,
remember
Rahul.
the name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did
Definitely.
reach out because I stopped going to my last dentist for other reasons. But then I was looking for. I haven't been to a dentist in more than I would like to take a break. So I did reach out to your office, but apparently my insurance doesn't get accepted there. That's why now I have to look for someone else that's close by. Hopefully.
Where is your office?
Oh, okay. I'm in North Wales.
Okay. I go to do that, but they do sell a lot of things after cleaning my teeth. I've been a little annoyed, and I think that's why Arpit moved. And we had in our chat group, I know we were arguing forth and back, as in like not arguing, but like we're going at it like, does this happen to you? Does this happen to you? Like when you go, and then he left a review online, and he made a big deal out of it. At one point, he lost it, and after that, he moved. I was just lazy. I'm like, I just can't say no, just move along. But I didn't know you were a dentist.
Yeah.
Unless you sell services, I'll just stick there.
So I hear some accent in your.
Yeah, right.
Where is that? I'm assuming UK.
Yeah. So I was born in England,
Okay.
and then I moved to America in 2001. So,
Okay.
so it's been a while, but I go back a lot. I have a lot of family there. So, yeah.
Accent stain.
So you were born in UK, but you initially from Gujarat, right?
Yes,
you have family
exactly.
there?
Yep.
You go India back?
Yeah. So both my parents are from Gujarat. My mom was actually born in England. So yeah, her
Wow.
parents moved in probably the 50s
Oh,
to
boy.
England.
Right
So
after independence. Yeah.
exactly,
Yeah.
yeah. So her parents moved then, and then my dad's family is pretty big, and they slowly came, a couple of people at a time in the 60s. So
Nice.
yeah.
That's cool. How did you end up meeting Kunal?
Yeah, that was.
Oh, that's a good story.
Hey, you're good at telling a story. So.
Yeah. So I was probably being introduced to people like most Indian girls are.
Yeah.
So I was working in Charlotte, North Carolina at the time. So, and my dad actually told me about this youth convention for Gujarati people. And it was in Atlanta where my dad lives. So he knew about it. So he was like, hey, why don't you go to this? It could be good. Maybe you'll meet someone. So I knew a friend of a friend that wanted, was looking for someone too. So I called her. I was like, hey, would you want me to come, want to come with me?
Right.
And she said, yeah, sure, let's do it. So I signed up, went to it. And then, I met Kunal. He was probably one of the first people that I talked to.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
First time.
Look at him being sad. By the way, he's here sitting in the corner.
That is a cool story. Yeah, I never thought though. I've been wanting to because I just started dating. So up until then, I was like thinking about going to those conventions, but I never had a courage to go. But I guess I'm good now.
Follow-up question. When you met him, your husband is very passionate about certain things, as you can see. How's the, like, did he tell you in the beginning that he's all passionate, or did you find out after dating? Like, how's the living up with him? Because I heard he just run middle of the night sometimes.
Well, not like right away, but one of the things that I really liked about him is that he's active, and I am too. So I think that kind of clicked, and then his passions grew from there. And no, I didn't know that he was that serious. But I accept it.
Yeah.
So do you go run with him?
Sometimes,
Sometimes.
he usually runs ahead and then runs back. But I do like running with him because it gives me motivation and it helps me with my
Yeah,
pace. So I
for
like
sure.
it.
Right.
Yeah.
You're big into kickboxing, right?
Yeah, I love kickboxing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I still remember the Iceland video that you guys had created for, I forgot, it was a competition or something, right? Or
Yeah,
a challenge or a competition or something.
yeah, it was a
right?
competition with the camper van that
Right.
we hired. So
Right. So were you always into dancing, or because you looked like you knew what you were doing in the dances? So were you into dancing before you met Kunal, or?
yeah, I
Okay.
was. I grew up dancing. So
Nice.
in England, my whole family, they were into dancing. So
Yeah.
growing up, I was doing it, and then I did it through, high school, a lot in college, and then I continued into dental school as well.
Wow.
Wow.
So
Right.
They
What-
keep telling us your hidden talents.
Yeah.
because we are so many. You guys
Yeah.
keep it coming.
The pantry of talents.
Right?
there.
Yeah, they're full of it. They got
Man.
everything.
Right, right. Is that so? Well, I know he is into all the physical stuff and obviously the photography and videography. Is there something about you that you haven't, I guess,
Like-
posted or showed anywhere yet that you
Yeah.
really
Oh,
like?
What's your
One
art?
might be painting or well,
Um,
besides dentistry.
Yeah.
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 So mine is really cooking. So
Ah.
I enjoy it. Usually during the week, it's something quick,
Hmm.
but when I have time, I love cooking. So trying new recipes. I probably cooked most cuisines. So I like trying different things. So
Yeah.
even when I travel, like that's one of my biggest things. So
Mm.
I love trying food. I like doing cooking classes.
Yeah.
Just trying to be better. So I like that.
So in 2001, I guess, because UK, I've heard, never been there, but I've heard UK is very much bigger into like food. Their food, especially Indian food, is a lot more options there versus here.
Mhm.
Did you miss? Do you remember missing Indian food from UK? I guess when you
Oh,
moved
yeah.
here. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I still do.
Do you like? Are you a big fan of Indian food or?
Yeah, I love
Yeah,
Indian food.
yeah.
So that's really difficult because all the Indian food there is just so close by and there's so much of it.
Mhm.
So
Oh.
when I moved here, we were in a small town in North Carolina and there was like no Indian people. So, I mean, thankfully my mom's such a good cook.
Right.
So we get Indian food all the time,
Right.
but if you want like a really good curry, when
Uh-huh.
you're in England, you can just,
Walk
there's
out.
so many places. Yeah. You
Isn't
just
it
go
like
anywhere.
chicken curry was invented or butter masala? Something is from
Chicken tikka masala.
chicken, right?
Is invented in
Yeah.
UK?
Yeah.
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 What?
So it's-
it's not even.
Yeah.
That was Indian thing.
No.
Yeah, it's the most popular dish there. So
Yeah.
it's, you can get a chicken tikka masala like on a night out.
Mhm.
Like if you go out, it could be 11, 12 o'clock at night and you
Mhm.
can go into any place and get that or a kebab or something. So.
Right, right.
Yeah,
So
I
it's really
recently
popular.
heard that, and I was surprised too.
Yeah.
Their national dish is chicken tikka masala.
Wow.
Mhm.
So
Are you the one? Because I know Kunal likes making tea very often after he brought us tea as well. Is that something he caught from you or was he?
No, he loved drinking jam. I mean, his dad always made it for him. So,
Okay.
and then he didn't make it too much. He'd make it here and there.
Mhm.
And then I guess it kind of grew as we got married and, moved away from home,
Mhm.
because then he had to make it, he didn't have it give it to him. So then he started making it and then
Right.
he just started,
Making
making
more
it
and
in
more?
different ways,
Yeah, yeah.
like
It was a
using
good tea.
different masalas.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
and he
So-
gave us a full authentic experience last
Mhm.
time with,
Yeah.
the,
With the glass and
everything.
everything.
Yeah.
So, that
Yeah,
was
my
a
sister got
passion.
those. They're
Yeah.
they're cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a passion in
Next time I go to India, I'm gonna get you the real
Cutlery.
the
Yeah,
the
whatever.
silver one. Yeah.
Kettle.
Yeah.
Cattle.
Yeah, yeah. Any trips planned for the year? I know you guys went to Africa last.
Yeah,
Big
we did
trip,
Africa
yeah.
last year. That was fun.
Yeah.
We're going to Costa Rica in May.
Ooh.
Oh, beautiful.
So
Have you
I'm
went?
excited for
Yeah,
that.
we went there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was the rainy.
Yeah,
place.
that's-
yeah,
yeah.
Place.
yeah. That was good. That was good.
When it rained
Yeah,
every
really
Where are
day.
you going
Yeah.
in Costa Rica?
We're going to Tamarindo because Gunal wants to go surfing.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to Reno Volcano area.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
that's where we went.
Right.
Oh,
That was
nice.
good,
It was
yeah.
pretty.
That was
Definitely.
the first location,
Yeah,
right?
that was
Mhm.
the first episode.
Just don't drive at night. That's
Yeah.
the only
Ooh.
recommendation.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I heard the roads are bad, right?
Yeah.
That was a
very bad.
scary, scary drive. Like for 30
Oh.
minutes,
Mhm.
we're like, we may not make it now.
I still remember at one point, both cars was going, and we had no idea if there's a road up ahead or
Yeah,
not.
you can't see. It's
You
so
can't
dark.
see anything.
Oh,
And
gosh.
it was like foggy, raining,
Yeah.
everything all together.
Oh, wow.
And
Yeah.
I know
Okay.
one person from the car came out from the sunroof, windows
Side,
were
yeah.
down, and everybody's like, yeah, a little bit this way, a little bit this way, keep going. And it was a kind of scary experience because we don't know if next moment we could be deep down in the hole somewhere. So I remember that was a very scary part. I don't know why we did it, but
Right.
I think with the time you're going, it's not supposed to rain.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Good.
when we went, it was a rainy season. So
Mhm.
out of 5-6
Wait,
days, it
wait.
rained every day beside one day.
When are you
Oh,
going?
okay.
Sorry,
We're going in May.
May.
Yeah.
Okay, that should
Mhm.
be good.
I
Yeah.
personally like it. It's a very greenery and beautiful. The vibes were nice.
Right.
Yeah, I'm excited for the coffee. I'm a big
that's
coffee
good.
drinker,
People
so I like
brought it,
that.
right? You brought
Yeah,
the
yeah.
coffee
I
already?
bought
got it, yeah.
coffee. Yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
even try it ever?
Yeah,
Mine's
we finished
done.
it.
Yeah,
Ah.
mine's done too.
Yeah. You just got a new coffee machine. Pretty excited for that one. Yeah.
I heard. I
Yeah.
heard.
Ooh, what kind?
It's an automatic espresso machine, and I think the
Mhm.
company name is Cafe something. I can't pronounce the other word,
Oh,
but
okay.
it's very small, very tiny, and makes good enough espresso. Good enough, like great coffee, but good enough espresso.
Right.
So
Does machine matter or coffee beans matter?
both, if, like, especially for espresso, I think both matters.
No, okay.
Um,
I
Yeah,
wouldn't know.
but-
I'm a decaf guy.
Because it matters how much water you pour and at what temperature and everything.
Those TikToks
Yeah.
I see where people make like they show the whole process of making
Mhm.
like very authentic, like very beautiful video. It's just
Right.
to make a small amount of espresso,
yeah, yeah.
and I'm like, this man puts so much effort, just to put this much. So that's why I ask. I don't know if the machine matter or the coffee
Right.
beans, because you can use any machine if the coffee beans are great. I guess.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
assuming.
Again, for coffee, yes, but for espresso, you need the machine.
Yeah, I figured now the pressing and all that.
Are you a
This-
big coffee or tea? If you had to pick one.
Ooh. It's hard. I drink both.
I
Because I'm
drink
from
both
England.
too, Yeah.
I'm from England, so
So
like
tea
tea was
is-
something that I
Right.
drank, every day.
Mhm.
So,
Like
but
Indian
then, no British tea.
tea? That's not
Mm.
tea.
Yeah.
I think they're faking.
Yeah, now like when you discover the tea, you realize okay, like British tea is okay,
Mhm.
But then I don't know. I go back and forth because I
Right.
like herbal tea, like I like peppermint tea at night. It depends on the time of day.
Yeah, yeah.
So if it's morning, it's coffee. So it depends. so.
Right, right.
But I went through a lot of coffee machines myself to try
Yeah.
to find the right one. So
What do you have right now?
I have we have a French press which I like
Right.
for certain types of coffee, and then I have I forget the name of it, but it's the one that grinds
Mm-hmm.
it,
Mhm.
and then
Makes the
it
coffee.
makes it drip
Right.
coffee. Yeah, I
Right,
like
right,
that too. So.
Gotcha.
And I have an espresso machine.
Yeah.
You do or you don't?
I do.
yeah. Yeah. I do. I know you have that drip
Yeah, pour over.
setup
Yep.
thing. I do like the coffee from
Yep.
there. I feel like it just tastes less karu.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I really like pour
Mm.
overs.
Yeah, pour over is nice.
Nasty.
He's if you ever see him make coffee, it's hint of coffee with a full glass of milk.
Oh my god, yeah.
It's a
the-
coffee flavored
it's the
milk.
Indian coffee.
Nah, I just even American. I put a lot of cream. I'm not big fan of coffee. I usually even do decaf. I can't
Okay.
handle that. Sometimes my heartbeats go crazy high, so I just don't do like
Mhm.
too much dark.
Makes sense.
I know people who drink black coffee. They look at me like this. So I understand. But I'm
Yes.
more of a chai guy.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to say tea because it implies all type of tea. So it's
Chai.
Chai.
Yeah,
Indian
so
chai.
chai
Chai.
only.
You drink every day chai?
every day.
Mm.
That's why I said today chai. When you say you want wine,
You want a chai?
He was-
since you were
he was
coming, I'm
ready
like,
for-
chai. But I didn't know that you were bringing the wine. I thought his idea
Gotcha.
Oh,
to
yeah.
grab a wine.
So I guess being from UK, I recently just finished Ted Lasso full season. Have you watched it at all?
No, I still
No?
need to watch.
Same.
Okay.
I just finished it.
You just finished
Yeah.
it. I was
a
just
good show.
right. I just wanted to ask you if the UK culture about soccer were you into at all?
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
What was your team?
Leeds United.
Oh,
So I grew
That's
up
a
in
new one.
Leeds, which is in Northern England in
Mhm.
West Yorkshire. So.
right, right.
But my family are all different teams, like
Yeah.
Liverpool, Manchester United. So, so there was a lot of arguments.
Right. Is it so being soccer fan there? Is it normal to not be the fan of same team if you're from that region or area? Like a lot of
Yes.
people are from other fans of other teams.
Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
So you could be, live in Leeds, but some
Mhm.
people will be Manchester United fans.
Right.
They obviously get booed on a lot.
Yeah.
So,
I think it's just
but then, yeah,
Just
it
like
just
NFL.
depends.
Just like NFL, because people
Yeah.
move around too, right? Like
But here
for-
it's very. I feel like it's very less
Mm.
compared to because like when you go to I feel like home games of Eagles or something, you don't see
Mhm.
crazy.
That many the other
Yeah,
side. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's same there, right? If you go to Manchester United game, you don't see like mostly Manchester United fans.
Exactly. Yeah. But people follow players there a lot, So they'll.
Players more than the team.
Yeah, sometimes.
Gotcha.
No, they'll follow teams as well, but I
Mhm.
feel like people follow because of players.
Mhm.
So,
Right,
So,
right. Do you still
yeah.
Do you still follow the sport or?
I do a little bit. I don't have as much time anymore.
Yeah.
It's hard with the time difference.
Yeah.
So, but if it comes to like Euro Cup or World Cup, I'm watching it.
Mhm.
So
Are you guys planning to go watch FIFA or anything?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
they're
I want
coming
to.
here.
yeah,
Same. I want to too. So
Yeah, I hope
that's
I
why
get
asked.
tickets.
Yeah.
26.
Yeah.
Right?
When I did sign up on their
2026,
website
yeah.
saying if whenever ticket goes on sale, let me know when it's going and
Yeah.
stuff.
They're gonna play at Lincoln. I
Eagles.
think Lincoln Financial. I think
Yeah.
they were gonna play 1 or 2 games there.
In Eagles.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah,
few
they're
games.
playing
I'm
couple
excited.
games.
Yeah.
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 Hopefully
true.
we get our hands on.
The ticket.
And the final is at MetLife. I mean FIFA final.
Mm.
Yeah.
the final is in New York.
Kind of
Nah.
makes sense.
New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Not really New York.
Yeah.
It's a shame. It should have
They
been in
just
Philly.
announced
Yeah.
it like a couple months ago. It was between AT&T Dallas
Mhm.
Stadium or MetLife New York, and well, obviously, the FIFA got paid
Mhm.
for sure. That's what the
Oh, yeah,
conspiracy
yeah.
theory says,
Right.
and it makes more sense because
Yeah, you
this
have
is
to
very
bid on it,
crowded.
right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
something like that. It's
Mhm.
more crowded area,
Mhm.
more touristy, more people will come here, and that thing is bumblefuck down there.
Yeah.
So probably that's what
Yeah.
they were saying. But
Mm.
I feel like MetLife doesn't have enough capacity to hold. Like they weren't. If anything, they would have done it in LA. You know what I'm saying? Like with the new stadium of $5 billion,
Mm.
that would have.
Mm.
It holds more people, and it's brand new stadium with.
Wait, I think it's.
Yeah.
I thought it was only East Coast thing for America, wasn't it?
No,
I'm not
I
sure.
don't know.
there are
Okay.
games in Kansas City too. But
Okay.
Yeah,
I
there's
thought it was
games all
East Coast.
over.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
they're
I
all
thought it was
over.
only East Coast thing.
No,
for
it's
some reason.
U.S., Canada, and Mexico. 3 countries involved for the whole FIFA World
They're
Cup.
hosting,
And
yeah.
the way, if I don't quote me, but I think 16 games being played in Mexico, 13 in Canada, rest in U.S. and things like that. Like they
Mhm.
have
Yep.
divided certain
Right.
games, certain. But the best ground is in New Mexico or Mexico. I don't know.
Mhm.
But that's if the flight
I'm
price
sure
is
it's great.
cheaper. and
Mexico, yeah. If they do good, they're gonna have a good time there. I
you
think
yeah.
they're having blast right now in F1 for past so many years
Mm.
because
Yeah.
the Red Bull driver is Mexican and they've been winning for forever.
Yeah.
So now if they make it happen in soccer, they'll have a blast. But talking about
Yeah.
bidding,
Mhm.
for having your own practice and everything, did you have like I guess much of a background in business at all, or you just like going with it and figuring out as you go?
So I grew up in a business because my
Okay.
dad always had his
Mhm.
business. So my parents were both involved in that. So growing up in that, I could see exactly what they do, even though it's different. They didn't come from medical. They were in the hotel business, but just growing up on it, working in it, I could see how much hard work it takes for any business.
Yeah.
So going through that process, my dad was really helpful in it, just giving me motivation and also just helping with the legal stuff.
Yeah.
It's a lot to go through. So there are times where I'm like, oh, it's so stressful, but it's just one phone call to him would just help me. So it really did. So I think that really helps.
Yeah.
The rest of it you figure out.
Yeah. Right.
I'd say I'm pretty organized, so that
Mhm.
really helps.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
Eh.
have a practice manager, or you actually run the ship and don't like? Are you more focused on doing dentistry or
Mhm.
actually running the practice?
So I've been in it just over 2 years now. So I do have an office manager, and she's amazing. She was there with the practice when I bought it. So I definitely had to grow a team. So it's first couple of years are definitely challenging in that aspect. I would love to be more focused on patients. I would
Mhm.
say I work a lot of hours trying to just balance it. And I think as time comes, it'll just become easier.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I like a challenge, so I'm always doing something.
Right.
So, but it's a bit of both. But I enjoy it either
Mhm.
way. So I like my job.
Right. Right. Are you trying to do anything different than like the
Do
Indian
that?
dentist or do that that he goes to? That like maybe it's just exciting for you, or you just want to like make it different than anyone else, I guess, around here.
Yeah. So I mean, my goals as a dentist was I really wanted to be a dentist for the community.
Mm.
So I love the one good thing about dentistry is you get a relationship with your patients. So when you see them, I'm not just treating one person. I usually treat families.
Mm.
So, and I love people bringing their friends, family, anybody, that's the best thing that I like. When somebody walks in and I get to ask them how their family is, and I'm big on like the whole body, so medicine interests me as well. I have a good background in medicine as well, so I like to help people not just with their teeth, but also recognizing that it affects the rest of your body. So so that's what I like. I do most services. I like doing different things. I just started doing Botox and dermal fillers, which I never thought I'd get into, but I actually really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty good at it. So it was something that I didn't imagine before, So I hope when people come to my office that they feel that they have that attention on them as well. We focus on the patient. One of my favorite things actually is treating people that are scared. So, a lot of people are scared going to the dentist, and I've just found ways to keep them calm.
Yeah.
So I'd say if you walked in, you'd see a clean environment, you'd feel calm, you wouldn't feel scared. So we get a lot of good reviews on that. So hopefully people see that when they walk in.
Yeah.
So.
Nice.
Yeah, that was one of the reason I think I left my last dentist, because it always felt like they were rushing in, rushing out.
Right.
And it didn't start out like that, because I've been with them for almost 5 years or so. But as they were growing their practice, I guess they wanted more turnover of the
Right.
patients. So, but no, that's great to
Who
hear.
was your last dentist?
Kessler.
Okay.
Yeah.
I go to Duda because they have that chair. And my all 4 wisdom tooth are out, so they don't keep asking me, get it removed,
Who?
the technician, dental technician.
No, but they
Oh, yeah,
they
yeah,
wouldn't
yeah.
ask you once
No,
they see your
before
X-ray.
I used to go and they were like, "Oh, Mr. Patel, you gotta remove this, you gotta remove that."
But they're
Okay,
out.
Yeah, so now it's more easier. Now they don't offer me anything because they're like, "Okay, looks good." See you after 4 months. So I'm
Next
like,
is
if-
next is denture.
Yeah, it's a while to go. Hopefully.
So last time they say your teeth are great. So
Mhm.
I say only at least one thing is working fine.
Right.
But yeah,
Oh, so from I guess going back to your practice, what's like one of the biggest, because you said you kind of grew your team, right? You got the practice with the manager, but
Right.
the rest of the team you kind of had to make on your own.
Yeah.
Is that I guess a challenge to keep them? Because obviously people want same as our non-medical careers, we're always looking
Right.
to like move around this and that. Is that the same culture in like a medical world, that people don't want to stay at one place? Or
Yeah, like I would say at mine, it's not been terrible because I got to do it my way, right? So like I was in charge of that now. So for me, I wanted nice people,
yeah,
You can always train someone, but if they're not on the same page as you, then, you can sense that, and that's not how I want to grow my practice, you
Right.
know? So I took it slowly, I tried to hire the right people. I didn't want turnover because, I'd rather just keep my schedule light, than try to rush and grow too quickly and then add people that you don't like, if, it takes one bad review to just, it can definitely hurt your business. So,
yeah, I agree.
yeah, and you're treating people's mouths,
Yeah.
so it's like you can mess it up. You can also take down someone's confidence, So like when I bought the practice, it was only open 3 days a week, So I had my time to grow it, and then slowly got my team together, and they're awesome now. I love my team, so that's important.
So like in IT, there's system analyst 1, 2, 3. So how does it work if you're a dental hygienist? How do you move up? Is it usually just pay rise, or there's a seniority in hygienists as well? Like, is there usually a group? Like, if the practice is big enough, you may have 3 hygienists. Is one of them a lead, or how does that work in dentistry?
So I don't really have that in my practice right now as like lead. I mean, there's been one
Senior.
hygienist that's been longer with me, I try to keep them, some have their certain strengths, I'm always adding goals to their list to get higher, but once you're a hygienist, I mean, I guess, yes, in certain practices they may have a lead. Right now I don't have that in mind.
Got it.
So,
So, but there is a concept like that where there's a
Mhm.
lead and then there are 2 underneath or 3 underneath.
Yeah, they can be. Yeah, if it's a
Mm.
big enough practice. My practice is pretty small right now, so I don't really have it set up towards that.
Mm.
But I definitely know group practices that have a lot of staff. Like some offices have like 10 hygienists on staff.
wow.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm.
I only have 3, so
Right.
it's a little different. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Do you ever want to grow bigger, or you like the nature of being it small?
I like having it small.
Right.
I think as the bigger you get, it can get, a little complicated,
Mm-hmm.
more drama,
Yeah.
which I definitely don't want in my office. I,
Yeah.
aim to create a drama-free environment. I don't like it myself,
Mhm.
so I don't want people that are going to create that. So, and I've been lucky up until now.
Yeah.
So, I'm definitely looking to add more people on my team. I can only grow within the parameters of my office. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
Right.
So, but yeah, I like small.
Yeah.
It feels good to be a owner though. Now that I think about it, right? He has so
Always.
much power. It's like, bitch, you fired.
Trump, full on Trump. You
Full on
fired.
Trump. Or
I think
you
the
fired.
pressure is a lot more, but
Yeah.
yeah, I think it would be great.
Mm.
I would love to.
Own a business.
I have a
Business.
dream. Now I
Oh.
don't have a business, but I have a dream.
Mm.
What kind of business I want to own?
The last one
What
got
kind?
shot, bro.
What did you say?
He said, "I have a dream." So he goes, "Last one got shot. Who had a dream?"
Well, Either way, I'll get famous. No, I would love to open up a restaurant.
Restaurant.
Yeah.
Bro, shame. I
Mm.
bring this idea to Pinu. When was this? At Deeb's. We were having dinner, and I was like, one day I wanna open a. As you know, I watch a lot of street food reviews, right? So I was
Yeah.
like, either here or in India. And then who said it? Somebody said, yeah, Hershey does the same dream. And then Pinu goes, yeah, why don't you both open up a restaurant called Shit Brothers?
That would be a perfect cart in New York City.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Shit
bro.
bros.
I'm like, wow.
Your
That-
wife is pulling your leg.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know if people will pull up to eat there
Mm-hmm.
if we keep the name. I know we have that word common in our word name, but
Yeah.
that's not the vibe. But I just had this conversation, I think, a couple of days ago.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully both our dream comes true and we'll go big though.
Oh yeah.
There's no small. Cruise ship doesn't do anything. There's no limit.
Yeah, because I just want to feel that feeling, you fired.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Nah, just kidding. But it's amazing how much talent you both carry, and how
Mm.
I didn't know you have your own business and you are yourself dentist. Just hearing dancing skills and editing, photo, all this other physical activities on top of their running this big business, maintaining the staff. Bro, learn something.
I'm trying. That's why I make sure they move next to me so I can learn.
Pretty
Second-
impressive, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Bit jealous for sure because I don't see myself ever handling this much. One
Even-
video editing caused me a little stress. So this is pretty wild.
Yeah, it's great. It's
Yeah.
great for sure. So I guess he didn't going back to him being so active and like being so interested in the physical activities that he is. Has that ever been, I guess, a cumbersome? I guess maybe that's the word. Trying to support him with his races, because I know I've seen you like
Yeah.
behind. Like you go to the races and like
Mhm.
because some of the races is so long that you have to be there
Right.
with the food and drinks and whatnot, right? So
Mhm.
do you enjoy that part, or like does that sometimes get like too much?
No, I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like even when he first signed up for his 100-mile race, I was like, I want to be there.
Yeah.
You know. So before he did those, though, he was doing smaller races,
Mhm.
small as in like 50 miles.
That's
Not really
that's
small.
Not small.
Yeah, just a little smaller.
Yeah, yeah.
You know. And so, and I loved it. I loved seeing him
Yeah.
run. I loved just being in that community. It's a fun community. You
Mhm.
know. So it's not stressful. I mean, it's stressful for them because it's it's a
Yeah.
lot of miles,
Yeah.
but it really is a fun community to be in. So I enjoyed going to those races, and then when I heard he signed up for a 100-mile, I was like, oh no, I want to do that. You know, I want to be there with you. I want to see you finish, and
Right.
even just it's something that I've never been exposed to before. So I always
Mhm.
thought it was fun. So I love doing it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
What's that term that when you run with them? Spotter? No.
Spotter.
pacer,
Pacer.
Pacer.
Yeah.
pacer, yeah. No, I couldn't do that.
Maybe he can be her pacer if
Yeah.
she decides
Yeah.
to do a
Yeah.
small 50-mile
50
race.
mile one.
Exactly.
Small.
Would
He could do
you?
that.
Would you? Like,
Do-
would you ever do a 50-mile race or?
So the most I've signed up for was a 25K, and I trained all winter for it, and then it got cancelled due to COVID. So yeah, so I still ended up running out of Valley Forge, but that was the highest one that I signed up for. But it is tough with training. So with getting the business and that, I didn't really have time to train that much.
Right.
So, but I think it's still a good goal to have. You know, I'd still love to do one day that's a little bit longer and just go out of my comfort zone.
Right.
Mine's
Yeah.
5K.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
It was fun actually. I never thought I would say this, but after we ran half marathon, then
Yeah.
I did 5K. I felt like 50 is too much for me. But still,
Yeah.
10K I can do easily now. As easily as in like I would enjoy. Like somebody asked me, "Do you wanna do it?" I'll be like, "Oh, let's do it."
Yeah.
Before I thought running's boring, and it is boring actually. If you run by yourself, like I don't know how it does it, bro. Like you go into depression while running. Be like, save me somebody. But yeah, I don't see myself ever running like
That many
marathon or
miles.
half marathon. But 10K maybe I can do it. 5K, sure, it's fun.
Mm.
So it is boring, but it's fun. That
Right.
I realize, especially if you do it with friends or somebody you know. Like while you're running, you need to have,
Have a
that conversation.
conversation.
Yeah.
And hopefully somebody's recording so it become a podcast.
I think you need to be more stressed so you can run
Run.
because it's a good stress relief.
It is a good stress relief.
Yeah.
Usually I don't take too much stress. That's the
Mm.
issue. So, but do you know how to swim?
Yeah, I love swimming.
Damn.
He's been trying his best in 2024.
Yeah. to
Oh,
learn
okay.
swimming. So I'm like, let me just ask somewhere if you are lacking some skills,
It's
so I can compare.
It's a good skill.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it's
is.
a-
I don't know why my dad did not throw me in the water back in this. But good to have it for sure.
Oh, good for you. That's good that you went out and tried to learn because
Yeah.
some
yeah.
people are just accepting,
scared,
like, I'm
yeah.
never going to swim. Yeah.
I
So-
I realize mostly because watching TikTok and Instagram, I see people go on a nice boat, jump into the water, and I'm like there sitting there like,
One
Because-
day.
when we went to Costa Rica, I did not even get out from the boat. When we went to Cabo, I did once, and then I was like, "Yo, pull me back." So I'm like, I need to face that fear because I'm missing out too much. These guys were having so much fun, and everybody's like, "Yo, so many fish, different colors, inside, come through, like check it out."
Mhm.
Even I had life jacket, so that's why I tried to do it, but I can float for 30 seconds.
That's good.
It's a good start. Good
Yeah.
start.
Are you with the babies in the pool?
When
the
I
babies
first
come.
signed up, yeah, they put me with babies. Baby, and like somebody was, I think, 10-year, and then there was a 6-year, and I was the only one, 32 years. And then when she asked me, actually, I don't know if I should feel good, but she's like, "Oh, I did not thought you would be 32."
30.
And I'm
You-
like, "Yeah,
You and Ruhanshi can start learning together.
yeah, probably."
Yeah.
Yeah, even he
Both-
came to teach me a couple of times.
Yeah.
I'm down to do that again.
Yeah, I was waiting for then I started getting cold a lot, so I'm like, I don't want to get wet and then walk to the car. you
Apparently,
know.
he doesn't like taking shower after swimming in guys' gym for whatever reason. So he walks out all wet.
No, I just dry and change the clothes
Like
real quick.
he
and
has
go.
he has a swim trunk on with a shirt on, and he just goes to the car.
Yeah.
That sounds
I was like, at least go
miserable.
sit in the
Yeah.
sauna.
Yeah, I have little issues there with a man's room. I don't know. Can't describe.
It's too funny. It's too funny though.
Yeah, it is.
The first time I found out, like, why are you wet?
I go to the car and put my napkins there and sit on it, and then drive back home and
Oh
come
my
home and
gosh.
take showers and stuff like that.
Oh God.
And then
That's-
realize that you can't take your pants off.
Yeah.
It's all wet.
It's all wet. Yes.
Yeah.
Sound like summer is good because you don't feel cold when you a little wet and walk out.
Walk out, yeah.
Right now I was feeling too cold and I'm getting lazy and I'm like, nah man,
Mm.
there is no sun at least outside. Wind is cold.
Mhm.
I was like, let's take a break. I'm already there 30 seconds floating. I just need to go a little more
Mhm.
Yeah.
and that'll be good. But
A little bit of a serious, not too serious, but I guess being a business owner and everything, do you pay attention to the politics at all? Like care or not care,
Mhm.
who comes
Oh,
in
okay.
the office or which party is in the office and things like that?
You mean with patients? Like
No,
having-
not just like being in because most of the time when people compare, since I have a business, I don't want to pay this much taxes or whatever it might be. So some parties better with
Right.
that versus the other, right? So things like that, I guess.
Well, I mean, when you're the owner of the business, you got to deal with everything,
Right,
right?
right, right.
So, I kind of have strict policies, you know, with with that kind of stuff. But most people don't understand stuff, so it's just explaining, you know.
Mhm.
So yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's a school of thought, especially because where I work right now, we work with a lot of medical practices. They don't consider, like, a lot of these insurance companies don't consider dentist as a medical practice. Like,
Yes.
Are you okay with that thought, or you would want to go with more like insurance? I know there are practices that are going away from insurance. It's a la carte. Where do you stand, like, from the practice side of it, and what do you think is good for patients and a dental care?
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously, I want to help people. So, my school of thought when I first got practice is that I don't want to eliminate that, you know, because people have need, you know, especially even people in like Indian people, you know, they need access to care, and most Indian people didn't have access to care, you know, and they weren't taught to take care of their teeth, you know. So I don't want to eliminate insurance. Dealing with insurance is a battle, you know. Like you said, like, you know, for some reason we didn't accept your insurance. Which is strange. We do take a lot, you know. So I do have an in-office plan that works for people that don't have insurance as well, and that definitely helps them out. So there are some insurance companies that I choose, you know, not to participate with. There's not many, but the whole thought, I think now it's going to be a big deal because a lot of insurance companies, as you see, are just making so much money and they're denying so many things, you know. So I feel like the American Dental Association should have done something by now and made it more difficult for them to have that much power. So insurance companies have a lot of power,
I
but
agree.
you know, good thing that dentists are kind of moving towards is, you know, not fully dropping insurances. I know there's a lot of practices that do. I don't think I'm ever going to be one that drops completely because you got to eliminate a lot of patients that really need that care, you know, and especially patients that have been a part of my practice for so long. You know, I would hate to do that to them. So it's not something that I want to do, but it's difficult.
Yeah.
It is difficult. So the next 5 years are going to be challenging. So
Yeah,
dealing
like
with that.
my dental insurance denies 90% of the claims.
What?
Yeah, like
Exactly.
I can't get any treatment done unless I pay out of my pocket.
What
Really?
insurance is it?
Delta.
Oh,
Yeah.
You don't like working with them?
hate them. Yeah, that's like one of the biggest challenges right now is
Yeah.
Delta because they don't pay their dentists enough. So a lot of dentists drop them.
Yeah.
And what sucks is like my company provides it for free. Like it's like and there's no way to upgrade. I was like, I don't even have an option to go
Right.
somewhere else
Yeah.
where they would accept it, or I
I
can't,
need this, bro.
or
Yeah, I have it.
I can't just go a la carte as well because a la carte's very expensive. Like for most of the time, like it's like, okay, you don't have it, it's still $5,000, example, but it's still very expensive. So yeah, that's I couldn't, like, I don't know much. That's why I wanted to ask the question. Like, is it better for patients to not have an insurance and just pay for it, or do you think if you get rid of the insurance company, the price of care would actually go down?
So recently, I've been telling people to honestly just switch your insurance. You know, like obviously you couldn't get it through your employer, but there's actually a lot of affordable plans if you went out on your own and got it. So like there's good insurances, and I can guide you too
Yeah,
because like that's what I tell people to do. You know, like I'm like, don't even bother signing up for Delta. They suck. They don't give a shit about
Yeah.
you. You know, they really don't. These,
Right.
you know, Aetna's another big one. Like they owe me money because they don't want to cover stuff. They're always dropping my fees, you know. So it's like I want to give high quality dental care, but how can you when, you know,
Yeah,
you got
can't-
that,
yeah,
Right,
you can't
right.
pay
you
for my
know?
So being doctor here, I myself being patient for so many years, I've been dealing with insurance all the time, and I hate them with passion. As a doctor, do you agree with this healthcare system in this world? I mean, in this country? I know you came from UK and there is a free healthcare.
Yep.
So you probably know the both world, at least a little bit
Yep.
when you were a child, you saw it. Would you put that system from UK here? You think it will make it better? Or
I
it
think-
has pros and cons?
Yeah, it's pros and cons because it's such a big country, and I think the problem with our country is that a lot of the states have different rules, right? So that's where the problem is. So the way I see it in England, it's great. You get free healthcare. But if you want a surgery, you could be waiting forever. The other choice is okay, you can go private. So you would just pay for private insurance. So it is nice that you have that option. That hey, if you really need something, you can just pay for private insurance and you'll get it done in a timely manner. But it's tough for people that don't have that. So I don't know how it would work in this country if they had that. I think it'd be really tough.
Yeah.
Just based on how big of a country it is.
Yeah, I heard a lot of waiting period in UK with the free
Mhm.
insurance. Online people talk about it because when they try to compare. But here in this country, I do agree that this insurance company has so much power over doctors. Because my GI will request something and they will keep declining it. And I'm like, I know you have doctor at work.
Yep.
But how you gonna decline somebody who just scoped me and saw
Yeah.
me from inside, bro?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
this
Yeah.
makes no sense. Like if he's telling you after that he sent me to Penn Medicine, that doctor requested, they still decline.
Mhm.
I'm like, how you gonna believe your doctor and ignore somebody who has like title like director in IBD? But no, fuck you.
Yeah.
Our doctor's better. Like that makes no sense. That pisses me off all the time.
And it's probably just a computer too.
Oh, it's not a
Probably.
person looking at it.
They say it is. I don't believe it because there are things that we send and they'll say like, oh, you didn't send an x-ray, and I'm like, okay, well, we just did, and half the time I can just tell. I'm like, okay, there's no way like a dentist is looking at this and denying it.
Right.
Like it's right in your face.
Yeah.
Like you send pictures, like you can send a picture of a broken tooth in half
Yeah.
and like there's a cavity and it's all nasty.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, no.
You almost have to be like an evil person to decline something like that,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
It's
That's what I was
broken.
yeah,
You need it.
exactly.
It's a broken tooth. What do you think? It's not.
And that's where I
needed.
question. I pay deductible.
Mm-hmm.
I pay monthly payment for the insurance.
Mm.
On top of that, they have full rights to tell me, sorry, we can't accept this. This makes
Yeah.
no sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's why I've been like hating on this healthcare industry for so long. It's a whole different game with like, it's not like India here. If I'm in pain, I go to ER, they will take me right away, fix me, whatever. But this, when you have pre-planned something, like let's say you have to have surgery for something, and then sometimes they have to apply in advance, like you need MRI,
Mm-hmm.
and then insurance company will like, we can't approve this. Did you do basic stuff?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, bro, doctors requesting it for a reason,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't listen, man. They send so many proof, evidence, right? If one doctor don't do it, they ask for another like blood work or something to add on it, just in case make the case heavier. I was just talking with my GI, and even he had to tell me that, man, it's so hard to fight with insurance for your medicine to go from 8 weeks to 6 weeks to 4 weeks. So I was like, why don't you just put me at 4 weeks? So we don't have to deal with the 6 week and then go back to 4 weeks. It's like they're not gonna approve you at 4 weeks because 6 week is the first step.
Right.
If they decline you there, then I'm gonna have to fight. My team's gonna have to argue with them, send more evidence. We're gonna have to reach out to Penn Medicine. Then let's say that doesn't work. Now the next plan is to 4 weeks because we see a little bit positive. And I was like, what happened if they decline? Then he's like, I don't know, man. My job is to.
Then you figure it out.
I don't know.
It's like, I can, he has a patient. He's like, only one person got approved so far. He has done it for 6 other and they've been keep getting rejection. And I'm like, how come they have so much power over my body and between you and me, like you my provider, but they get to decide whether I can be on it or not.
Mm.
And that's why I've been tweeting Biden, in case he sees
In case
it
he
in the-
listens.
In case he listens, I'll be like, bro, make some changes. We need that changes where insurance companies shouldn't have that power where they decide whether you can have it or not.
Mm.
Exactly.
Or at least don't ask me to pay money. Remove the deductible. If you're gonna take money and then tell me no, I
Right.
fucking hate you.
Right.
Yeah.
So is that one
Yeah.
of the biggest reason why you like have some insurance that you accept and some that you don't? Is just harder to work with certain ones?
Yeah. So in the past, like when I started out, I've been 10 years in dentistry in
Mhm.
private practice. So the first offices I worked for, we took every single insurance. We took Medicaid, everything.
Mhm.
And some of them were just so difficult to deal with for that reason.
Yeah.
And they had like stupid things, like when they denied, they were like, oh, you have to wait 45 days. For what?
Like,
For the- for the-
what's gonna happen
For like
afterward?
more
Yeah.
bacteria to go in
Yeah,
the mouth?
yeah.
Like, what do you mean you have to wait 45 days?
Right.
So like if somebody needs surgery,
Mhm.
and they need to get their teeth cleaned and check up before, why do we have to wait 45 days? If
Right.
they have a surgery in 30 days, what do you mean you're not going to cover it? You
Yeah.
know? So it's a constant battle with them, It's like Delta Dental made so much money last year. They keep on increasing. but their fees are the lowest out of any insurance company. So that's why a lot of people are trying to not go with them. So with the hope that, you know what, maybe they'll go bankrupt,
Right.
you know, or at least lose money or raise
Right,
their
right.
prices and cover stuff, you know.
Yeah, I agree. I say we should all rats.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
And I mean, that's why, like, you were talking about, like, the insurance denying stuff. I write angry letters to insurance companies all the time.
If
I don't even care anymore. Like,
let me know
before
I'm
I used
ready
to write it
wing,
nicely.
You know?
Yeah.
If you
You
if you
know?
someday guys ready to wing and swing, I'm ready. Just I'll pull up. I have
Right.
so much hate right now for
Mhm.
insurance companies, so
Yeah.
just dial up.
Right.
And more people should, you know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
So
encourage
many
patients to
people, yeah.
complain too.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Because
I go live chat with Etna all the time. I'm like, bro, my doctor requested blood work. 2 months. It was still pending under review. 2 months. And they like, you know what? Forget that. We'll just scope you. Like we don't want to wait for blood work to see whether we want to scope you or not. So avoid all that. The reason they declined because this particular blood work, some insurance approve it, but they were like, it's private company does it, not like a LabCorp or Quest. It's a unique type of blood work. So like we can't cover it. And I'm like, my doctor told me that they may just come up with this, but let's see if they approve it or not. So I live chat with them. I'm like, bro, I really need it. Trust me. Like this supposed to be approved by government and put it everywhere at all hospitals because there are so many IBD patients.
Isn't it the highest in US?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why are you not having it under the insurance policy? Like this is something, this particular, there is some blood work that tells you that whether you have Crohn's or colitis. And apparently it's not covered by insurance. You have to pay from your pocket $1,000 to get that checked out. And the lab is only in San Diego. But LabCorp
Oh
will
my
take your
gosh.
blood and send it to San Diego. So I'm like, I'm going to LabCorp, but they are charging you bills. And that's why you're telling me it cannot be covered. And this is one thing that will just identify my whole thing. I don't have to go under anesthesia. I don't have to go for process. Man, they are like, we can't do anything. My doctor tried everything. They couldn't do anything. I'm still pissed. That's why I said I'm ready to swing. Amendment 2,
Oh my
let's
gosh.
go.
You know how
Uh,
they have like CMS or American Dental Association? Is there anything for insurance, like a governing body, or clearly not because they do whatever they want? But like, is there a pretend one out there
Yeah.
that you can complain to, or is it just lobbyists?
You just call their
Probably
customer
lobbyists.
service.
Like,
Yeah.
it's like I'm part of all these dental associations. I don't know what they do because I pay a lot of, like, hundreds of dollars every year. So I don't really know what they do.
Right. Right.
Everybody's eating money, bro. Everybody.
Yeah. I mean, even like I was part of it when I was in dental school, you know, learning about different aspects of dentistry and like how we can be better dentists, right? How we can treat more patients and make a difference. And I didn't see this coming, like the insurance part, you know,
Yeah.
like it's not something that you learn in dental school. It's something that you have to figure out on your own.
Mhm.
And then now that I have a practice, I understand it so much more, and it's really frustrating.
Yeah.
So it's difficult.
Yeah.
Isn't
You
it
know.
like insurance also has to approve you?
Yeah, but they're gonna approve me. They want my money.
Yeah. Because I recently heard Pinu was applying for jobs and the offer says it can take between 90 to 120 days for her credential to approved by bunch of insurance company. And I'm like, what do you mean by bunch of insurance companies? They're like, yeah, insurance also has to look into my stuff and approved me that they will accept me and stuff like that. Like that's some
Yeah.
bullshit.
It's like just probably like
Yes.
a background check, I guess. or
It took a
something.
lot of time. I don't know if they necessarily do a background check, but for example, when I bought my practice, you have to get credentialed at that location and with your tax ID and everything. So it's a whole process. Yeah, it takes forever.
Is it-
I feel like it's a stupidity, right?
It is.
I don't think so. What is the need, bro? I'm telling you, insurance company takes money from every angle and then say no. Like even if you're provider, you are struggling. If you're patient, you are struggling. I don't know why they are there. They make
Like
no sense.
You could verify my insurance and like my dental license in like 5 minutes. You just go to the border dentistry website and there you go. You're like,
Yeah.
Exactly,
she's
like,
active. It don't
Like,
take that long.
Why do they provide NPI number to doctors and then they take 90 to 120 days to
Yeah.
verify that
Yeah.
information?
Yeah.
Makes no sense. But yeah, I recently learned that. That's why I ask you, like, do you had to go through that process where, like, I don't. You probably for your own business, you probably work somewhere as a dentist.
Yep, you have to still go through credentialing. Even as an
Credentialing,
associate,
yeah.
you go through that.
Oh, okay,
Wow.
that's what. So
Yeah.
I know in the hospitals, like each of the provider needs to be insured Is it the same way?
It's the same way, yeah.
In dentist, okay.
Yeah. So even if I was certified at another location or even a different state, like you have to get it for that location.
Mm.
And yeah. And sometimes like it took me a while for certain insurance companies, even when I got my own practice, even though I applied months in advance, they still took more months.
Yeah.
And then if you call, they're like, oh yeah, just wait 30 business days.
Wow.
And you probably won't talk to me again.
Right.
I feel like kind of somebody like me working there.
At
Taking
all
time.
insurance companies.
Yeah. Like, we got time. So okay, I'm gonna take 10% complaint back. But overall, I'm not fan of like insurance or healthcare industry in USA. I feel like being world number one country in a way or most powerful, we having very fucked up healthcare industry and education system. I think that's where we could improve a lot overall, because that's a necessity for every human. And not sure if the free healthcare would work in this country like Canada, UK, but I wish it did, or something like have insurance, pay monthly bills, pay deductible,
I think they
and
just
you will
need-
never get
yeah.
rejected for whatever your
Yeah.
doctor requests. Like
Right.
there is no question asked.
Right. I think they just
Uh,
need to be regulated. Because like you guys were just talking, they don't have
Yeah.
a governing body.
Yeah.
It seems like,
Yeah.
whereas all the
Yeah.
doctors and everybody else do.
Because there is
And
there
oh,
is
go
this doctor on TikTok. He makes so many TikToks about how insurance company works actually, like how the company will hire doctors as well to review the cases. So if you have case coming, there is a doctor according to him who reviews it. But then he makes like all this bait, and he's like, let's hire somebody. Then the doctor comes. He's like, what is your goal? And he's like, I want to help patient. I'm like, fire. The next one, what is your goal? And somebody say, I want to make money. I want to make the company probably like higher.
They want the
So
most.
like
yeah.
that type of thing I
Yeah.
saw, and it going through that process, I feel like it's so true.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Very
Yes.
financial based.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. As a practice owner, like as the technology goes to more AI and futuristic, do you ever see your hygienist ever becoming like a robot?
like somebody
That's
cleaning
way
the
too
teeth.
far.
No, but like I mean, there's things out there like where they would just do a scan of your teeth and see what it needs to be done, and
Mm.
it just cleans it itself. Like
That's
it
called
removes.
X-ray and then dentist, right?
So now they're doing AI with X-rays though.
Mm.
So, I haven't looked too much into it, but I keep on seeing stuff on it. You know,
Mhm.
where they can look at X-rays and AI's like detecting cavities better. You know,
Mhm.
than like the natural eye. So like that I'm seeing now. So
Mhm.
I mean, AI is taking over everything. So
Yeah.
you're
Wait.
definitely gonna see it in dentistry for
Yeah.
sure.
The reason why I ask is like there's a company called Intuitive, based out of
Mhm.
California. So what they're doing is, I mean, there are already robots out there. They're for precision, but now they're working on a robot where it will do the whole knee surgery on its own.
Mm.
Yep.
Like it's programmed. It'll look at it where all the veins are, so they know what not to cut, and then it will just replace it. So the surgery time goes from 2 hours to 20 minutes
Wow.
For knee replacement.
for knee
That's
replacement.
amazing.
Damn.
I mean, obviously, it's gonna cost a lot more right now, but
Mhm.
it takes away a cost. So what Intuitive is saying is, doctor would charge $1,000 per hour, a random number. It's a lot more than that, but $1,000 per hour to do the knee surgery. But my robot can do it for $20. Like we could make
But
the
I'm
cost.
assuming you still need a doctor to oversee that robot.
That's the thing. You don't. That's
What?
that's what Intuitive is guaranteeing, that it's AI and it knows like if something would go bad, it would predict if something's gonna go bad in the body. Only doctor you would need there is anesthesiast. That's it. Everything else, surgery wise, you don't need. It's so clean, so precise that you won't need nurses to give them the tools to get
Right.
it done.
Mm.
I mean, I think we're still far in the.
I don't think so. They
Future.
heard about American healthcare.
I don't think they
Because
care
robot
about.
will get cancelled by healthcare.
Yeah,
saying, nope,
last-
reject.
Yeah,
So
they're not
like-
planning to sell
yeah,
here though.
Yeah, going back to the
Mm.
cash-based practices,
Mhm.
right? It's becoming more and more famous. I think in
Like an
in
India style.
Yeah, in California and Texas,
Mm.
there are a lot more practices that are coming up. they're just purely cash based.
I'm in, bro.
Yeah.
Make it budget friendly, though. Not be like,
Yeah.
I'm already paying $3,000 deductible.
Yeah.
Mine as well. If you're gonna cover my whole thing in 3,000 per year, I don't wanna
Mhm.
pay monthly to insurance, then 3,000, and then on top of that, everything gets free. Nah, screw that.
But correct me because you may know a lot more. But from medical side of it, the reason a lot of practices don't do it because the insurance company don't like it because they have to be insured as well. And they said nope, you can't do cash practices because they're getting their private insurance from wherever, like liability insurance.
Okay.
So they're denying it. It's like no, you don't do cash practice because you're hurting my bottom dollar at the end.
But it's the same company.
A lot of time it is the same company for liability insurance as well.
Okay.
Is it for like the liability insurance that you may have?
Get for your practice.
Right.
Are they one of the bigger like Aetna or?
No,
or-
no, no.
Oh,
no.
okay.
It's
yeah.
completely separate.
Separate.
Right.
Yeah, it's separate.
Insurance save insurance, bro.
Yeah.
It's a simple.
That's
math.
the big thing in America. They sell insurance for anything.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Anything.
anything.
Anything,
So
yeah.
Lawsuit
and people
and
overpaying it.
insurance. It's
Yeah.
very common here.
Yeah.
Because I know Aetna does sell liability insurance for medical
Mm.
people. So, or for so that's why I feel like insurance will never agree to get out of that business.
Cash business.
Yeah. They would never agree with the
to
cash business. Yeah.
Well, you still so a lot of cash-based practices they're called fee for service.
Yeah.
So a lot of them, they won't be in network,
Mm.
but they'll still get paid by insurances.
Mm.
You know, so they'll still a lot of them still submit. So that's what a lot of people don't understand. Like a fee for service practice, some of them don't deal with it and they just say, "Hey, you submit your own claims." So it's not fully cash. You're still able to use your
Oh,
insurance.
so the patient has to submit.
Sometimes the patient submits, or sometimes they will submit.
Okay.
You know, so a lot of specialists will do that.
Mm.
So if a lot of specialists are not in network with your insurance, they'll still submit for you. You just pay the doctor the full amount, and your insurance will reimburse you.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
gotcha.
so it's
wow.
not it's
like
not
a-
fully.
It's
Right.
like a pet insurance where
Mm.
the way pet insurance work is like
Okay.
they give you saying 80-20 or 60-40 type of thing, and then let's say I take my dog to vet, right, and the bill comes out at $3,000, so then they'll give me 60% of that money back. So first I initially pay 3,000, and then whatever the plan I have, and then I'll file the claim, and then they'll send me cash back about whatever 60-40 80-20, whatever you pay.
Right.
Oh yeah,
right,
just
right.
like them.
Yeah,
Just
right,
like that,
right.
yeah.
It's
So
just like
I
that.
just end up paying 20% example.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. At least no deductible. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
But on the robot surgery, we already have that for the record.
Oh yeah, other
Yeah.
surgeries do get done by robots. Yeah.
My own surgery that got it done, I had option to pick whether I want doctor to do it or doctor can do it from outside with a robot.
Hmm.
I'm like, I don't trust
Correct,
that
correct.
much coming.
So that's been out there for a long time. Like even knee surgeries are
Yeah.
done by robots, but there's still doctor
yeah, that's what
has
I'm
a
Like
saying.
hand in
controlling
there.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's very doing it that way is very painless.
Mm-hmm.
Like or
Mm.
No,
sorry,
when
I
you
shouldn't say
wake up,
that.
it hurts.
I know I shouldn't say that. Not painless. The recovery is a lot faster because
Yes.
the more precision you have, you're not gonna touch other things next
yeah,
to
Yeah,
it.
I
Yeah.
see what you
right.
mean.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. That makes sense.
That's why they say like surgeon have the most steadiest hand.
Mm. Okay.
I'm sure it's
Interesting.
true for a dentist as well. Like you have to be very steady.
Yeah, you have to be very steady. You use a lot of indirect vision. Like
Mhm.
I work in a mirror quite a lot, so
Mhm.
you need to be able to see that and be able to
It is
move
hard
around with a
job.
mirror.
Right. Yeah.
It is very hard job, and sometimes it stink if you were with those patients. I don't know how you do it. Like,
They have masks on.
Yeah, have a mask on. You
But
still
still.
smell a lot.
Yeah.
that's what I mean. Like, I guarantee there has to be patient where they open mouth like, God damn.
I mean, it's better for dentists.
Uh,
They probably appreciate that.
I don't know.
More work for them. Stinkier the teeth, more work for them.
Imagine dentist open mouth like.
They probably put on the mask.
Yeah.
That's pretty
funny.
awesome.
Okay. So last fun topic, I guess. I guess we were supposed to have this podcast on Monday, but then he told me that you guys are going out for a movie.
Oh yeah.
Was it
Yep.
Dune
Dune.
2?
Yeah, I went to see Dune 2.
How was it? And where did you guys go watch it?
We watched it at the IMAX in King of Prussia.
Is that the
The
side-
one
The
that
big
where you
one.
went to watch the other thing.
Oh, okay.
Oppenheimer.
Gotcha.
Same
It's
place.
not the side
Oh.
one, the 4X or
No, no,
whatever?
no.
Okay.
No, not
That's
the
for
side one.
Screen
It's just
X.
like in
The
front.
front. Okay.
I think
okay.
it's like regular IMAX.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
The
How
Screen
did you
X,
like it?
It was good. It was a really
Yeah.
good movie. Yeah.
You'd seen the first one?
We just saw the first one.
Was it better
Like
than first
recently.
one or?
I thought it was better than the first one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was good. The first one was kind of like a little bit hard to get into because you don't know too much about it, you
Mhm.
know. And then the second one it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
why I said, should I just watch summary of first one and watch the second one?
I like the first one too. I think
It
it's
was
important
good.
that you watch the first one.
Okay.
Yeah, you need to know the premise of
Yeah.
the story, but
Yeah.
it was good. The second one was
Yeah.
good. I really liked
Yeah.
it. So.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people say good things about it. Today I watch, the Monkey Mask, the Dave Patel.
It's already out.
No. He had a premium
Okay.
today. And
Premiere. Yeah.
bro, he got so emotional because so the journey of the movie started before pandemic. During this movie shooting, he lost couple of, or at least one of his main character person. I forgot the name. He got heart attack and he died. He broke his ankles, hands. He got sick. He got something happened in his eyes and he was out. Then pandemic happened and then he lost money because he was director, writer, producer,
Oh, Dave Patel's everything.
everything he was. And then he was like, it will never come to reality because he went through so much while making this movie. I just heard the story. And those two black dude, he's one of his director and producer as well. I forgot his name, Pete or something. They do a lot of skate.
Mm-hmm.
One of them came up and they financed his movie and people loved it. It has a flaws, they say, but the movie was absolutely masterpiece. So I'm kind of excited for that movie after watching this review today.
Mhm.
It's
When does
coming
it
on
come out?
April first week, I think. Monkey Man. So yeah, let's see. But today, that's why I said it in group.
Yeah, 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 that
5
you wanna
people
watch
say
it.
back to back videos. They're like, bro, this is the
Great movie.
movie. So
I
we'll
would see it. He's a good actor.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's a
yeah, I
good
like
actor.
him.
I think he deserve it. Some of his movie in past was pretty nice.
Yeah.
Plus, being director, writer, and producer, bro.
Mhm.
Like, imagine you acting, but then you have to go back to camera, like, cut, no, redo. Like, for them back.
Right, right. Yeah.
So that's pretty wild.
Yeah, last movie I saw was Mission Impossible.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
The new one, right?
Yeah, the
The
the one we went together to see. That's the
Imagine
last
he
one.
said the first one.
No.
Never been to theaters.
You guys into movies a lot? You guys?
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
the Mission Impossible movies.
Yeah,
They're
same.
good.
But like, do you guys have like any passes for movies, or you just wing it?
We did before, like when we lived in Phoenixville, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a pass then.
Yeah, because
So
I
we had
myself
now.
have a movie pass. I'm so much into movies, so I go a
Mhm.
lot
Yeah.
to watch movies on, especially Tuesday evening is cheaper.
Mhm.
So next time do that.
Yeah, we do the T-Mobile passes, right?
Yeah.
T-Mobile have good deals, so we'll
Right.
go.
Team over that.
Yeah,
If there's something good, it's
Mhm.
gotta be
Yeah.
like a good movie to see in the theater.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I enjoy watching movies too, but I don't go as often as he does.
I go by myself sometimes on Tuesday.
I just fall
Oh, yeah.
asleep.
You're-
Every time I go to
Yeah.
theater, I just fall asleep.
Maybe you have a bad at home, bro. Like
The
no,
chair-
nice
I
8 hours
think
sleep
every
and then
time,
go.
every time I'm not thinking, my mind is free. I just fall asleep.
I mean, the chairs have gotten really comfortable,
Yeah.
and now they go
Yeah.
all the
Oh,
way
yeah.
back.
Right, right.
It's
not a good
Especially-
idea.
Yeah, 309 is my favorite. The AMC 309 theater.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's a good
my
one.
favorite.
Yeah.
It's close enough. They have beer if you wanted to drink,
Yeah.
and the chairs
Mhm.
recline all the way.
It's so comfy.
Yeah.
Only thing you use like samosa. Perfect.
Oh,
way to
where
watch
did I
a movie.
go?
Movie
They-
Tower.
Yeah, no, not movie tower.
They
The
have
Oaks,
samosa.
Oaks had.
Oaks also
They have
that.
movies
Yeah.
like they had a samosa outside.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, didn't that theater close down?
I know it's called something else.
Oh,
they had a
okay.
different name.
I think it's a movie tower, bro.
No, I've been to
The
movie.
movie tavern doesn't have Indian food. There.
Right.
They did.
They have
They
Indian
did
food.
it in college with that. They did have a
Mm.
samosas and stuff. I remember
Right.
when my previous company boss took us there for
Mm.
Star Wars. There, I used to sleep on those movies. Every December, he used to take us for Star Wars, and I'm like, bro, these are boring as hell. So order sometime food, beer, knockout, 3 hours, and go home. But ScreenX, that's what you were asking her if they
Yeah,
watch.
yeah.
And I recommend that we go watch.
Dune 2?
Nah. Godzilla movie's coming. New one, Kong.
How you
Godzilla.
gonna spend money on that?
Oh, that
Watching
movie
Screen
looks so
X?
fire. You
Yeah,
kidding
but
me?
it's
Like
not a
coming
Screen X type.
Kong coming from the left side, right side.
I think they won an award for that.
Exactly.
They
There are
did?
so many
They
different
won an
series
award
going
for
on, but yeah.
like
they did.
the whatever.
The one that Japanese made recently at the
Mm.
lowest budget, that one won the award. But this is like a whatever Kong movie you watched it or Godzilla, they all coming together. Like today they released the final trailer. You will see if you watch it, you will see. Oh, I have watched this movie. Oh, I have watched this movie,
Gotcha.
and they all connecting and coming to that final. I mean, it's never final. That they'll come up with something. But I think that today I just watched it before I came here, so that's why I told you that
Gotcha.
we may wanna go watch that in a Screen X. I mean,
Where is the Screen X?
it says a 180-degree view.
But it's in KOP.
It's in whatever Regal
Oh, Warrington.
Warrington.
Ooh.
So the way it works is when you're watching the movie, it's not that you have to look at here, but like
Your preferred
your
vision. Yeah.
something will, like if they are shooting or something's coming, it will come like this way, like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, there are
180 view.
two other screens on the side. So
Yeah.
like you're. Yeah, you feel
So like if you
you're
watch
something.
Marvel movie, you know how Spider-Man has a web, so it feels like it's coming
He's coming from the
coming
Yeah,
from this side.
That's
and,
pretty
you
cool.
know, yeah, not every movie they make it in Screen X, but nowadays majority of the action movies or Fast and Furious, like Cars movie, like it's going jump bridges and stuff. All
Mhm.
those fancy stuff that comes there. It's experience.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's do
Okay.
that.
Okay.
On Tuesday we buy cheaper ticket, but we walk in there because that's expensive ticket. By the way, I think it's $22, $25 ticket.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we
Do-
are on budget.
Do you go watch live sports?
No, not really.
Do you get tickets as a owner?
No,
No.
I'm not that popular.
Because Duda's always sponsoring like Eagles.
They sponsor.
they-
Yeah, they're a sponsor of Eagles. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I see a lot of Eagles players sign helmets and jerseys, and so I assume
Mm.
At
he's-
his practice.
yeah.
Mm.
So I assume that he's probably getting something from the.
I think he
Eagles.
gets tickets.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think he gets tickets.
So
yeah.
in case you, like you said, you don't go watch, but if you get it, keep us in mind.
Sure, one day when I'm big,
Yeah.
when I'm
Yeah.
that big.
Hopefully, 86 of our
Subscribers. Please, everybody transfer.
Change
We'll
your-
leave
yeah.
her location in the
Change your dentistry
change your
right
dentistry.
And your families and your foys and fuas and kakas.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll definitely leave that in the comment for sure.
Oh, thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yep. Alright.
Any other topic you wanna discuss?
Anything.
Yeah,
Feel
anything-
free to bring it up. It wasn't just about like us asking questions. It was
No, this was fun. Like
yeah. This was
Yeah,
good.
it
got
was
to
good.
learn
A lot
a
of
lot.
learning. Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
learning.
Yeah.
Learning.
Recently, what's your
Mhm.
opinion on Boeing? Because I've been sending him a lot of TikTok about
He's,
Boeing.
Oh, yeah,
he's
yeah.
almost scared to get on flights at
Exactly,
this point.
bro. Every day I
It's
open
scary.
TikTok and one flight from Boeing is having some issues, and I'm like, I know if you walk out from landing, that's the best landing.
Yeah.
But I don't want to have a panic attack while I'm landing because something went wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
But
in
are-
last 2 weeks, 4 flights of Boeing had issues.
Mhm.
is that like a same? I don't know anything about. I haven't looked much. Is it the same type of plane or is it an older plane, newer plane?
No, I
Like-
think 737, whatever series that is, and there is one more.
I
that
think
has
is it 777?
no, not 777. I think
737 and
Yeah, 737 or something like that. And there is
Some other
one
one.
more that has a very bad quality inspection, according to the audit. And you know what's the worst? One of the flap that maintain the
Mhm.
altitude of the plane, they randomly went off, bro. The plane went sideways or down.
yeah.
That's scary, bro. If
Yeah.
the pilot don't react within a time, like what happened,
Right.
it can crash.
Mm.
That's the video I just shared with you on
Yeah.
TikTok. I was like, bro, look at this.
Yeah, there were some
So-
scary ones.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
door
Sounds
came
like
off.
it.
You
Yeah,
know,
that
imagine
one-
like imagine being in the exit
And the
seat.
fly. Yeah.
Imagine not having a
Like, now I
seatbelt.
never
sit
down.
Like, you
Not
always
sitting
sit there hoping to get more leg space, but never, not in the future.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
nah, that's okay.
Yeah, funny you say that because like in the group when you were talking, my parents are going to India tomorrow.
Is it Boeing?
I
It
I didn't bother
probably-
checking.
You
Because
better
I was
check
like, hey, it's too late anyways, right?
Yeah.
Like, but they're going to Kuwait, so I'm pretty sure it's.
It is
Boeing.
Boeing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like Arpan said, on Kayak, now they have
Yeah.
options, Boeing or Airbus.
Ooh.
And then you
Oh.
can also
And you can
select
choose.
models of
Yeah.
Airbus, different Airbus A380 or Airbus whatever, blah blah
Mm.
blah. And like, when you sent the screenshot, I was like, wow, that's next level. Like imagine the demand
Mhm.
that they had to put
It's-
everything there.
It's almost so I was looking at the stocks rise and fall of Boeing and Airbus. It's almost replicating as
Mm.
Boeing is falling, Airbus was rising.
yeah,
Yes.
similar.
Yeah.
And then Boeing whistleblower found dead in the parking lot. Like
With
that's
the
not
gun-
suspicious
gun-
at
Yeah,
all.
so
Gun one,
suspicious.
right?
Huh? Yeah,
Gunshot wound.
gunshot wound.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's not suspicious at all.
And they
Like-
said he shot himself in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
back of the head.
Head.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Why would
Not
you
from
go
the front.
From
No.
back of the
Yeah.
head.
Makes
Yeah.
no sense. And then
Some agile.
I just made a comment on a post saying, imagine just a twist here. Imagine that Boeing had nothing to do with it, but Airbus did it. Airbus
would-
like take him out, so
that
everything goes on Boeing.
That would be the Hollywood movie. That
yeah,
you-
that's what I was saying. Like, a twist would have been nice there. But I guess too much money involved. So I don't think so we'll ever find out. This topic even didn't make it to bigger media.
Mm.
So let's see. But yeah, if you guys flying, good luck with Boeing because I ain't going.
I'll let you know on Friday
If
if
they
something
like-
happens to my parents' flight.
The majority of the flights are okay. It's just that whatever series I said,
737.
those are
Yeah.
being
Mhm.
they might ground it.
Complete all the
all of
737.
them. Yeah. The flap thing, it cost about $80 to fix, bro. That's what the video says, and about $400 to inspect it because employees involved and all that. So they're gonna have to bring every series of the flight, get it checked out because that's even very serious. One of the Boeing United like as soon as it took off, the tire fell off. I don't know if you
Right.
guys saw
Oh,
that.
Yeah.
It fell off on in
On
a
a
parking
tarmac,
spot.
yeah.
Oh my
Wherever
gosh.
people were parking the
Taxi.
car. So, like somebody watched the whole tire fell. It came on the one car, and he thought he will stop, but nope, it went ahead and take down the whole Tesla from the
God
side.
dang.
Oh my gosh.
Luckily, nobody was injured. But imagine somebody was sitting like
Right
close
there,
to it or
outside.
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
You walk
Imagine
into the car.
taking a nap in your car.
Yeah.
In the cell phone lot.
Yeah, exactly, right? And the other one, United, just took off and the engine started smoking out. So they had to go up and make a U-turn.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, it's been happening in aviation industry since January a lot. Like
Yeah.
if you look
Yeah.
at any like last 2-3 months, there has been at least 20 some incident happen around the world.
Oh my gosh.
And
yeah.
out of 20, 18 is related to Boeing.
Mhm.
But that's what I don't understand. Like, why all of a sudden? Like, are they all
No, it's
new
ca-
flights?
No. It's catching up.
Yeah.
From what I heard, like they had merged maybe in 90s or something with this other company, and ever since then they've been finance heavy more than like
Okay.
quality heavy.
Right.
So all of that is like catching up now.
Yeah, that's what I read today. That's been
Yeah.
catching up. But it's pretty
Yeah.
wild. This is where I think companies should not go for profit. Because so many lives at
Yeah.
risk.
Yeah, and
Uh,
especially in some sectors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Like, go
hopefully-
crazy, go crazy in IT. Like, work for effort. Who cares?
Mhm.
But like, I think some of the sectors. I mean, the whole new topic, like where money shouldn't matter, is like food industry too,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm.
Like, we don't even realize it how bad. Like, I mean, because I've been recently into not. I mean, yeah, I love food, so I'm recently
Look at that,
into
I love
not.
food.
Yeah, not into. A lot more into like eating clean.
Mhm.
So, but like when I look into some of the stuff and how deliberately it is, what goes in our food is just to make sure that we eat more.
Mm.
Mhm.
But
like-
it's not your plan. It's a healthcare. It's the
Yeah.
insurance company.
No,
And
like
if
It
they
is.
feed you good food, they out of business, bro.
like not, but that's the thing, right? Like, it's never to, like someone said it the best. It's this food will never kill you. It would just make you so sick and so addicted that you keep having it. Like, even if you have, like, if you know this food is bad, you still want it.
Mm.
Um,
Like bhajia.
or like
Yeah.
perfect example is like Taco Bell. Like,
Right.
that's the only fast food I ate,
Ooh.
right? Because
Oh, it's
that's
so
where the
good.
most amount of vegetarian food is. But like, it's designed, like some of the stuff is just designed to want you to keep heavy because everyone has that one thing when you walk in that you're gonna order no matter what. For me, it was cheesy fiesta potato. Like, if
Mm.
I go to Taco Bell, I have to have a potato.
Mm.
Otherwise, it's not a fine. Or like, it's not a
It's
meal
not
for
done.
me.
Yeah.
So it's like there's Chick-fil-A is the same way. Like, they do the same thing.
Mm.
Everyone who goes to Chick-fil-A has one thing that everyone loves, and they'll order it no matter what.
Mhm.
I think food industry is worse as well in this country. Like you see people online post the video that, oh, I went to Europe for a month, I lost 3 pounds, I had pastry every day, bread every day. How?
I think that's, but that's lifestyle too, though.
What do you
Like-
mean? Because you're on vacation, you're like almost always every day you're on your feet versus
Yeah.
here you're sitting in the chair.
Correct. Yeah.
Same thing. People when they go India, right? They keep eating outside.
just
and
heat.
stuff, You know.
It's just heat.
Just
He has answers for every country. Anything else?
Nah, sorry.
Well, those are I don't have. I haven't been to many more
But
countries.
I firmly believe that FDA, insurance companies, you know, also put this gun people in there too. They all like work up there together. They be on a speed dial like, yo, I'm
Every
getting
day.
this inquiry. What about you? Let's work together. Let's fuck this shit up. So we all stay united, and
It's all about your favorite thing, money.
yeah.
Yeah.
They have cracked it and we didn't. That's the only difference.
What's the
figured it
point
out.
of making money by seeing others suffer? That makes no sense. Like
Because they're so removed. I really feel like they're so removed from all of this that they don't care.
Hmm.
Because they get everything they want because they have that money. They're not suffering from all of this. Like they're not worried about getting an insurance claim passed
They
because
love
they
the cash-based
yeah,
system.
because they can
Yeah.
because they can just go somewhere else if not America and get
Yeah.
their thing done because
Yeah.
they got so much money to do this.
That's what I was gonna say. If
Mhm.
dentistry is mad cheap in India compared to here. Same. I
Yeah.
have heard people who lives in San Diego goes to Mexico,
yeah.
like just cross the
Right.
border to get the teeth thing clean. So
Mhm.
if everybody drop insurance here, obviously you can't have that low prices at your practice because you have to have some standard saying, okay, teeth cleaning will cost $200,
Right.
$300. Then wouldn't people be like, oh man, I'll just fly to Cancun, like the
Mhm.
Spirit taking me for $90 and the thing gonna cost me 70.
But
It's
it's
a
the
vacation.
convenience as well, right?
Yeah, convenience.
You're
but
not
like,
gonna go to Cancun every 6 months.
if it's costing me $500 less, yeah.
What-
But you might not get the quality.
Yeah,
Like you might
yeah.
come back with a crown that's like 3,
Right.
4 millimeters too big.
Yeah, I heard those stories too.
Right. Yeah. What happens if you had to like, hey doc, my crown's loose. Can I come in? Another Cancun trip or like?
Well,
normal?
I mean,
Yeah.
that has happened, right? People have done it in India, then they come here like root canal or something.
Mhm.
Be like, oh, now something went fucked up.
Yeah, like what
do
if
we
you
do?
get
Yeah, I get it a
infection?
lot.
Yeah.
yeah.
Get that a lot.
Yeah.
Like
I know
imagine getting a
because-
knee surgery in Mexico and then you find out that you got horse's knee instead of human.
Might as well
Different
start
animal.
running. Tablik, tablik, tablik. But yeah, very good views, good talk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really
good
enjoyed
talk.
it.
A lot of fun
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, thanks
Yeah.
for having
Thank
me.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other questions you guys want to talk?
Yeah.
Discuss?
Any topics that you want
I don't
to
know.
bring up?
What do you guys like to do?
Cricket.
There you go.
Like most of the time, like whatever I watch, it's probably some sort of highlights of sports.
Okay.
Anything, any sports out there, I'll watch a highlight. I'll go on YouTube and just watch ESPN
Mm.
for
Yeah, same,
whatever
I'm so
time I
much
have.
into sports in terms of like not all of them, but American football, cricket, bit of soccer here and there I
Yeah.
follow.
I'm all
Mhm.
crazy. I watch fishing too.
Fishing?
Yeah, I have watched fishing before.
Is
the,
it
l-
really?
the lowest I've gone is bowling on ESPN.
Actually, like you
Well-
wouldn't believe it. One of my favorite thing to watch from the non-main sport is
Curling.
curling.
No way.
Oh yeah, it's so much like the
Are you sure you're not alien, bro?
the-
You're normal.
like it's so much like so much technique that you won't even realize it. Like when you're just watching it, you're like, "What's the technique?" You just need to brush. But
Mhm.
like
Mm.
they when you have to start brushing, when you have to stop, like what's the angle that you brush at? Because they have it's not one type of brush. There are 2-3 different type of brush they use. It depends on like who's throwing it. What is the condition out there? Like condition matters even in indoor sports like curling.
Mm.
I just find that very,
Is that
very-
Olympic sport, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure they play at other
Think so.
times
Oh.
Yeah.
to get into
They have-
Olympic.
Oh, just like they have USA versus Canada
Right.
curling.
Yeah, something
and-
like that.
But the
Yeah.
overall thing was we don't do as much as you do. You can clearly see because we started podcasts.
we had so much time.
We
We're
had
like,
so
let's
much
talk.
time, so let's talk.
That's cool though. That
Yeah.
you're the only people I know that do a podcast.
Right.
Yeah, it
I think it
was-
was we started out we started talking before pandemic because that was the
Mm.
time that you had like so much time on your hands at that time.
Right.
Like I think we should do this. We should do this. And we did it right after pandemic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah.
they were talking about it, and then one day I was like, you know what, we're gonna do a podcast,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then I created a group
Yeah.
at my house. We just started,
Yeah.
and then we just kept on going.
Yeah.
It's fun for an hour too, just and then I get in because of that I kind of get into editing a little bit, so I
Yeah.
gave you
Yeah.
that much for
There you
sure.
go.
I saw his editing recently on Instagram, and I asked him. Remember a couple of days, I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Who edited those videos?" Because it was very fire videos,
Yeah.
Mhm.
edited. So yeah, definitely got into that. But beside that, I don't know. He just does photography and
Yeah, a lot of photo video for me. I'm gonna probably be at your place. I think eventually when we make that, I want to make a
Mhm.
movie on him or like a film on him
Oh, cool.
about his journey. So whenever that comes together,
Mhm.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
What's one thing that you want to do?
What
Like
do you mean?
like you want to get into?
bro, she's living the dream.
No, like get into.
She
Like,
like
what I feel
out
like
of us four, she's the only one who can proudly say she likes
She like-
working.
Exactly.
Good point. No, like not professionally. Like you guys do a lot. Like what's the next thing that you wanna get into?
Or like even attempt.
Yeah, attempt. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Open for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Kunal's got a long list of stuff he wants to do.
That's why I figured you guys have a lot.
Yeah.
I think. Well, actually, we're taking we're doing a camp event trip in Colorado in July. So, for me, it'll be a challenge for me. So we're gonna do. I'll do my first 14er, which is a hike that's above 14,000 feet.
Mhm.
So that's for me. That's a challenge. So I'm training for that right now.
How do you
So,
train for that?
hiking, and a little bit of running as well.
But isn't it
So-
more like when you go that high, it's breathing issues, right? Oxygen's.
Yeah, breathing, but
elevates the
you need to be
sickness,
on
yeah.
your feet for a long time. So
Mhm.
like the hike could be like 9 to 10 hours. So you want to make sure that you can
Are you
endure
guys
that.
like allergic to normal life? That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
Uh,
So
for
that's my
me-
next.
But the good thing is like they enjoy food too. Like
Mhm.
they like other normal stuff as well. Like that's what I like. They get a time to do a lot of stuff, or
Mhm.
they take the
think-
time out. I
Yeah,
think
they're
everyone has
definitely
time.
making the
but
time. There is no
yeah.
way somebody just wake up and decide to do this much without be like, nah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
we're
we
not
just
eating
put
salad
ourselves-
every day.
Huh?
We're not eating salad every day.
Yeah.
We like
Actually, he
food.
does.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't. He likes his desserts too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
when you do all this stuff, you can afford to eat everything you
Yeah.
want, right? Otherwise,
This requires, this requires crazy passion, though, right? Because you may not be as passionate as your husband, but you have to get into it at some point.
Mhm.
Just because I feel like if your partner loves something so much, but if you're not into it, how do you react to that? This is
No,
so
but like
big.
she had some outdoor
That's what I'm saying. Like
pay. Yeah.
passion
interest
has to
already.
be there.
Mhm.
Like if you weren't into it, oh boy.
Mm.
Yeah, then I want to understand it.
Yeah.
Because,
Right.
like, I mean,
Yeah.
especially when Kunal's training hard for a long race, like, he could be, like, some of his runs, he could be out for like 3 hours
Mm.
during a
Yeah.
day, plus travel time, coming back. It's a lot, you know?
Mhm.
So you have to understand that. And I know he enjoys it, and it's good for
Yeah.
his mind. So,
Yeah.
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 All right.
All right.
Anything else, or are we good for today?
I think we're good.
Well, lovely having you. It
Yeah.
was a
Yeah.
great
Cool.
chat.
Thank you so
Great.
much.
Always
Great.
welcome back. I know we've told Kunal, but you too,
Yeah.
if you ever
Thank
want to
you.
get
Yeah,
anything
if
off
you
your
bring
chest.
up, you can come back
Yeah.
after Colorado trip and explain us how did that go.
14,000.
Oh, yeah,
we'll
yeah.
do.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll try to remove her seat and put Kunal here.
I was gonna say I don't believe in removing myself, so I was gonna say we'll get under the mic. But I guess we can remove ourselves.
Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Stay tuned for
Great.
new podcast probably this Friday. But yeah, welcome. And
Great.
next
Thank
time
you so
when you're
much.
ready, and this was a good one.
Yep.
Like, share, subscribe. Right.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
We're gonna have to take a.
For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link no